We are following a bit of breaking news as President Trump has just posted to Truth Social, putting that up on your screen here for you now. As President Trump is announcing he has tapped Federal Housing Finance Director Bill Pulte to be acting director of national intelligence to replace Tulsi Gabbard. So President Trump making this surprise announcement today on Truth Social regarding Pulte, the director of the Federal Housing Finance Agency and chair of mortgage giants Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. Here's what the president had to say. I'm appointing the director of the Federal Housing Finance Agency and chairman of Fannie Mae Freddie Mac, William J. Pulte, to serve as acting director of national intelligence. William has deep experience managing the most sensitive matters in America, the safety and soundness of the markets, and over $10 trillion at Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, a substantial increase from where it was just 12 months ago. During this period, he will remain director of the Federal Housing Finance Agency and chairman of Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac. Congratulations to Director Pulte, President Donald J. Trump. Just shared moments ago here from the president. Now, President Trump saying there, Pulte will keep his other positions even as he fills in for Gabbard, who resigned last month after revealing her husband's cancer diagnosis. If formally nominated, Pulte would need to be confirmed by the Senate to hold this position full time. He has criticized Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell for having not cut the central bank's benchmark interest rates as aggressively as the president wanted. And it's unclear what national security expertise Pulte has, but he has been a frequent guest on Air Force One as President Trump has traveled to Mar-a-Lago, his home and club in Palm Beach, Florida. So this just coming in there from President Trump, sharing it with you here, as he has tapped Federal Housing Finance Director Bill Pulte to be the acting director of national intelligence, once again replacing Tulsi Gabbard as she resigned last month.
AAR-003. This is American Veteran. Today we are looking at a leadership change with real national security implications. The shift from Tulsi Gabbard as Director of National Intelligence to Bill Pulte, the Federal Housing Finance Agency Director, serving as acting DNI. This is not just a personnel move. This is a change in the command tone over the entire intelligence community. The DNI is supposed to coordinate the big picture. CIA, NSA, FBI intelligence, military intelligence, Treasury intelligence, cyber intelligence, space intelligence, and the other agencies that feed the president and national security team with warning, context, and truth. So when America moves from a former military officer and combat veteran in that seat to a finance and housing director, the question is simple. Does the mission stay intelligence-led, or does it become management-led and politically shaped? Now let's be clear. A finance background does not automatically make someone unqualified to manage complex systems. Modern conflict includes banks, sanctions, mortgage markets, foreign investment, shell companies, cyber theft, supply chains, and economic warfare. Iran, China, Russia, cartels, and terror networks all move money. They all use financial pressure. They all exploit weak points in the system. So there may be one advantage. Pulte could bring stronger focus to economic intelligence. But that does not replace national security experience. A former military leader understands intelligence differently. Military people understand that bad intelligence gets people killed. They understand that reports are not just paperwork. They are tied to patrols, air missions, embassy warnings, missile defense, hostage rescue, troop movements, and decisions that can start or prevent a war. That is the biggest difference. A military-minded DNI is more likely to ask, what is the threat? What does the source really say? What is the enemy trying to hide? Are we being deceived? What is the second and third order effect if we act? A finance and housing director may ask, how do we manage the system? How do we control the process? How do we align priorities? Both skill sets matter, but they're not the same. And during Iran conflict, that difference becomes critical. The intelligence community would already be under pressure to track missile launches, drone activity, proxy militias, cyber attacks, oil routes, nuclear signals, terrorist planning, and foreign influence operations. Analysts would be working long hours to separate real threats from noise. Collection managers would be trying to fill gaps. Military commanders would need clean warning. Allies would need confidence that Washington is stable and serious. A sudden DNI change in the middle of that kind of pressure could create 5 problems. First, leadership disruption. The agencies will keep operating, but direction matters. If the top leader is new to intelligence, career professionals may spend more time explaining the system instead of moving fast inside the system. Second, analyst uncertainty. Analysts need to believe that their assessments will be protected, even when the truth is inconvenient. If they believe politics or loyalty are more important than facts, the culture can change. People may become more cautious. Reports may get softened. Warnings may lose force. Third, coordination risk. The DNI's job is to make the agencies work together. That means keeping CIA, NSA, DIA, FBI, State, Treasury, Homeland Security, and military intelligence aligned. In a fast-moving Iran crisis, delays or confusion between agencies can cause missed warnings. Fourth, allied confidence. Foreign partners share sensitive intelligence when they trust the leadership handling it. If allies see instability, politicization, or inexperience at the top, they may become more careful about what they pass to the United States. That can hurt collection and warning. Fifth, mission focus. A housing and finance official carrying 2 major roles at once raises a basic command question. Can one person fully manage national intelligence while also managing a major housing finance agency? The answer depends on the deputies, the process, and whether the acting DNI listens to professionals instead of trying to command a world he has not spent years operating inside. That is the core issue. This is not about attacking one person. This is about mission fit. The intelligence community does not need a celebrity. It does not need a political weapon. It does not need someone who tells the president what he wants to hear. It needs a leader who can walk into the room and say, "Mr. President, this is what the intelligence says. This is what we know. This is what we do not know. This is where the enemy may be deceiving us. And this is the cost if we are wrong." Tulsi Gabbard was controversial, but she brought military experience and a combat veteran perspective to the role. Bill Pulte may bring management and economic system experience, but he must prove quickly that he can protect intelligence objectivity, maintain trust with career professionals, and keep the mission above politics. Because in an Iran conflict, the enemy is watching. Iran is watching for hesitation. Proxies are watching for gaps. Cyber actors are watching for distraction. China and Russia are watching how America handles pressure. Allies are watching whether the U.S. intelligence system remains steady. The bottom line is this. Changing DNI leadership from a former military person to a finance and housing director may bring a different management style, but it also risks disruption, uncertainty, and politicization at the exact moment the intelligence community needs speed, trust, and clarity. In national security, experience does not guarantee success, but lack of experience creates risk. And when missiles are moving, proxies are active, and analysts are trying to warn the country in real time, risk at the top of the intelligence chain is not a small thing. Leadership change. High stakes. No room for error. This has been AR003. Stay sharp, stay informed, and never stop asking who benefits when the intelligence picture gets blurred.